We're down here at Mel's Diner. Everyone was here when I showed up, excited for election day.
Trump fan, we've got to have, like he says, we're going to make America great again.
All in for Trump. We've got to bring back honesty to government.
That was this program live last year down in Florida, covering Election Day firsthand with the people who helped put President Trump in the White House.
So how do those voters feel now, 1 year later? Let's ask them. Pete Hegseth is back at that same spot. He's at Mel's Diner where Abby was. It's located in Fort Myers, Florida. Hey, Pete.
Hey, good morning, guys. If there's one consensus opinion in this diner this morning, it's that they are disappointed that I am here instead of Abby Huntsman. Okay, so let's be clear about that. Abby was here a year ago. I was in Ohio at a diner there talking to voters because, as this program has done from the very beginning, we want to get the pulse of the people. We want to get what the folks on the ground are really thinking. Of course, Florida carried by President Trump, just like Ohio was, where I was, and we're here with a couple of the owner and employee from here at Mel's Diner. Also here with Gary from New Jersey, but now what I find about Florida is everyone from here is from somewhere else. Florida is America's melting pot. Gary, you voted for President Trump on election night, and here we are a year later. What is your feeling as a Trump supporter of how he's doing a year out?
I think Donald Trump's done a great job. I feel as though he's the best president we've had since Reagan.
And why do you feel that way?
Because he's a man of his word, and he gets the job done.
Now, his critics would say, well, but what about the fact that he hasn't passed a repeal of Obamacare, hasn't passed tax reform?
The people aren't backing him up. All the Republicans that wanted to, get rid of Obamacare, nobody's backing him up.
Why would Republicans not back up a Republican president?
I think they're jealous of him. He's not a politician.
Because he's not one of them?
No, he's a businessman, and he's been very successful.
And do you feel like 3 years from now you're going to be at Mel's Diner for a re-election of President Trump?
I certainly am.
Interesting. Good stuff. Gary, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Sandy and Bill, Sandy, I'll start with you. You were here on with Abby.
Yes, I was, yeah.
Fortunately for you. Unfortunately, you're with me today. How do you feel the president is doing a year later?
I like him still. I think he's ballsy. I think he says what other people are scared to say, politicians especially. And I think those that have a problem with him have a problem with everyone. I don't know if that makes sense.
If they despise him, they despise the people that voted for him.
Exactly. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Still get flack.
You still get flack for it?
Oh yeah. Year later.
Bill, you hosted us a year ago.
Yes, we did.
You were here for that feeling that morning and a couple of days after. Does that feeling of Trump supporters still exist, enthusiasm for him?
It's still there 100%. The people still want to make America great. What the main feeling that we're getting is that he needs to curb what he says and stay focused on what his job really is. And are they happy? Yes, they are. They support him 100% because they want to make America great again. But he needs to filter what he says because it's scaring the American people.
Do you think, to that point, do you feel like there's a few people that need to be scared, that they've been too comfortable in Washington for a while and shaking it up is what's required?
There's a lot of shaking that needs doing in Washington. I mean, us as people, we get pushed aside and their pockets get rich. And it pushes us down farther and farther. And that's what starts the repression of America, by them lining their own pockets.
Sandy, I see you shaking your head on that.
Oh yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. There needs to be a shakeup in this country. Obviously, just from the past history, it's not working. There needs to be change.
What's the biggest thing you'd like to make sure he gets done in this next year going forward?
Tax reform.
Do you think he'll get it done?
I do. Like the gentleman said here, he needs backing. He needs his people backing him up there. And as far as jealousy, yeah, I agree with you on that. I just think that, again, they're scared that the people are going to revolt and they don't want to look bad in front of anybody.
Yeah, well, shocker, politicians afraid of the people, as they often are. Okay, Gary, Bill, Sandy, thank you very much. As you can see, a year ago, their opinions on President Trump were supportive. They still are today. And we're going to keep asking questions here at Mel's Diner throughout the entire morning. So if you're down here in Fort Myers, join us. I'm wearing my Minnesota Twins t-shirt because, of course, this is where the Minnesota Twins do spring training. I hear that Joe Mauer's parents actually eat at this Mel's Diner. Is that correct?
His parents and grandparents.
His parents and grandparents. Wow. So it's on the bucket list for me. Guys, thanks for having us.
I hear they were going to show up if Abby was going to be there.
Now, here's the thing, Pete. When Abby was there last year, what Abby did was she actually went table to table with the big pot of coffee. freshening everybody's cup up. So maybe in the next segment.
Make
a few bucks.
There's a bar over here, so maybe I'll go drink to drink for people early in the morning.
Now you're talking.
All right, Paul Molitor, Manager of the Year. Congratulations, Twins.
All right. Thank you, Pete.
Great job. Thank